Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So today we have Hassnain Asghar. Uh, he's going for his diploma in cloud cybersecurity EduQual level 3 exam. The date is 11th of September 2025. The time on my side of the world is 10:43 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You are based in UAE, right? So
Yes, UAE.
what's the
Abu
time?
Dhabi.
7:43 p.m.
So it's 6:43.
6:43
Yeah.
p.m. Okay. All right. So, uh, so the exam topic that you have today, it's a level 3 diploma. It's not that difficult, but it covers a couple of things. The SSAE 16 Type 2 and ISO IC 27032 for secure retail data management and AWS. Just give me one. So this topic focuses on implementing SSAE 16 Type 2 audit standards alongside IEC 27032 cybersecurity to ensure secure management of retail data on AWS and GCP cloud platforms. There are three key learning objectives: understanding the compliance requirements, implementing the ISO 27032 standard to protect retail data against cyber threats, and use AWS Cybersecurity Hub, GCP Security Command Center, and open source tools like OSAC to monitor and secure retail data. You will be given minimum 15 minutes, maximum up to 25 minutes for the presentation, followed by a Q&A, which will last anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Okay. Do you have any questions before we start?
No, sir.
You may share your screen and I will tell you when to start. I don't see your screen. It says end of the slide.
Just 1 minute, sir.
Okay, I see Sasuke over here.
Yes, sir.
You're a big Naruto fan.
Yes, sir.
What's his name? He's not a Jinchuriki, as they call it. He's a no, he's not Ochimaru. He's a
Sasuke
Sasuke Uchiha. So it's from Uchiha clan.
Uchiha, yes, sir.
Uchiha. Okay.
Yes.
The reason I know this is because my son used to read this.
Yeah.
So
I'm also
I had
since
to read some. I had to read some of those things to make sure that there is nothing, you know, obscene about it. And
yeah.
I ended up reading the whole series.
Yes. I've been watching since my childhood.
Really.
Yes.
I think the series has now ended. They have now gone into his son Boruto and his
Yes, sir.
other things, but I think the series has ended because after Naruto, my son didn't study.
Yeah. It ended 2015 and in 2018 they started Boruto. Next generation.
Yes, I mean, uh, is it good? Is it good? Like,
To be honest, not that much fan. Because
yeah,
of the connectivity with the characters. Our childhood favorite characters are Sasuke and Naruto,
yeah.
and their power level was dropped in Boruto. So they were nerfed. So people don't like mostly Boruto.
Okay. It's very strange because I read all the comics with my son. There is Jiraiya Sensei, and
Yes, sir.
there was a whole lot of all the Hokages who were there, right?
Yes, sir. This time
But
in literally
the
too
thing
much.
with me is, and I have a big problem, is like I have alhamdulillah, very good memory. So if I read something, I remember it, right? So
Yes,
I took the whole lore, who was Uchimaru, who was like the first Hokage, the second Hokage, the third Hokage, what was their power, the Tai Jutsu, the wood style Jutsu,
good standing.
lightning Jutsu, and and the whole list goes on, right? So uh,
Yes, sir.
it's good. I mean, there are some good characters, like Jarya Sensei is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pervy sage, as they call him, right?
Yes,
He's a bit of a pervert, but like then again, that's the Japanese culture that they have shown. That's how the Japanese culture is actually. But then
yes,
he's very honorable. He fights. And because like in all these mangas, they show the Japanese culture and the Japanese ethics that they have, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. That's why.
I
Okay.
also,
Yeah,
yes.
go ahead. You're asking something?
Yeah. No, no, I was just telling you that I have written my own novel on characters, animated characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I wanted to do animation, wanted to go in this Japanese animation. So I have my own story and my own world and a full novel written on these things while in my university time.
Really?
Yeah, and still someday I want to pursue this one to make an animated series from Pakistan.
From Pakistan. So what
Yeah,
kind of heroes would those be? Like the thing is, we should have done more to cover the companions, the Sahabas, right? They were the real
yeah,
warriors. But unfortunately, there is nothing like that. And, like people, if you ask someone, who is your role model, they will say, my role model is Naruto, or my role model is like, Sasuke, or uh,
yeah.
Kakashi, or, what's his
Yeah.
other name, who used the shadow style jujitsu?
Mhm.
What's his name?
Naruto.
No, no, the shadow style jujitsu controls the shadow. Shikamaru, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man. You have
No,
I
no.
know more names than you.
Shadow style jutsu is different, and he controls the shadow.
Yeah, I mean, I know more of these things as compared to you. Like, so I can name 10 characters more than that, right?
Yes.
Even Pain Nagato, who was the
Naruto.
most powerful one in there, like who could have easily defeated other ones as well, right?
Yeah.
And what was the name of the person who used a paper jitsu, like who used to
Conan.
be with Pain? What was her name?
Conan. Conan.
Conan. Yes, yes. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, because like the names were so good, I used to call my son, Shikamaru, right? Like,
Like,
it's like a in cute name, right? There's just like cute names. So I will say, Shikamaru, come over here, right?
genius. That's
He was a very genius. He was a very calculated guy, right? And there was another guy who used to smoke all the time, who was the sensei of
Asuma Sensei.
Asuma sensei. He was very good. His death was very painful when I read it in the novel, right? His death was very painful, and he was killed by Uchimaru, right?
Yeah, yes.
Uchimaru gang, right?
No, sir. Because Kakuzu.
Yeah, Kakuza, like who was the guy who couldn't be killed, right?
He done.
Yeah, but he was like Hidan, but then he was buried, right?
Yeah, yes.
He was buried over there. Okay, all right. So enough about the. So people are amazed, like how much information do I have? Like they say,
Yeah,
like,
yes.
because like my when my son was born, he was born in 2012. But when he started going to school, everyone was talking about Naruto. He goes to
Yeah,
Islamic school, but then he said, "Can I read this?" And I said to him, "Okay, let me read it." So with you. So I read it to him because we have thousands of books in our house. This
yeah,
room
yes.
is a library. We have thousands of books in the house, right? So we bought the whole series. He read it and then he discarded it. Now he's reading chapter books. So he's not on these anime mangas anymore, right? So it's all chapter books now. So it's very different now because when he was
Yeah,
growing up, he read all of these things, right?
yeah,
But in return, since I was reading them to him, I ended up knowing the whole story.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't know anything about Boruto and whatnot because he said, I'm done. I said, okay.
Yeah,
All right, Bismillah. So, are you ready?
yeah, yes. Very
Okay,
comfortable.
you may start now. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Hassnain, and I am a student of Al Nafi. I'm currently pursuing Diploma in Cloud Cybersecurity, RQF Level 3. And the topic of today's presentation is SSA 16 Type 2 and ISO IC 27032 for secure retail data management on AWS and GCP. So of all, we will see why it is important to secure retail data. Since retail businesses, they deal with a large volume of sensitive customer data, including their transaction histories, their personal information, and financial data as well. So in order to save this data, Cloud adoption is increasing day by day, and security and compliance has become very important. So in this topic, in this presentation, we will explore how SSA 16 Type 2, which is based on audit and trust, and ISO IC 27032, which is based on cybersecurity. How these two standards combine together to secure retail data on cloud services like AWS and GCP. So first of all, we'll see the table of contents for today's presentation. And first of all, we have overview of SSA 16 Type 2 and its compliance requirements for retail. Overview of ISO IEC 27032, AWS and GCP security tools for retail data, and open source security event correlator or SSEC, which is also a tool to secure retail data in cloud system, AWS and GCP. Then we'll design a secure retail data management system using SSA 16 Type 2 and ISO IEC 27032 on AWS and GCP. Then we'll see the conclusion of today's presentation. SSA 16 Type 2 overview. SSA 16 Type 2, it is an auditing standard that stands for Statement of Standards for Attestation Engagements. This standard now has been replaced by SSA 18, but is still mostly used in the industry. And it is used to evaluate and report on the internal controls of the service organizations. Service organizations are the companies or organizations that provide different services to the other companies or organizations, for example, cloud services and data centers. Internal controls are the written, documented, or practiced policies or procedures that are implemented by a service organization to control to maintain its operational efficiency, to avoid frauds and comply with the laws and regulations, and to secure the customer data. This standard has two types, Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 evaluates if the internal controls of the service organization have been designed properly. So in Type 1, this check if the service provider organization have the internal controls properly designed. And in Type 2, it not only evaluates that the designs have been designed, the internal controls have been designed properly, but they have been working properly or effectively over a specific period of time, like 6 to 12 months. So Type 2 gives greater assurance because it makes sure that internal controls have been designed properly and they have been working effectively over a specific period of time, like 6 to 12 months. We have compliance requirements for retail, SSA 60 Type 2. The retail audit systems that deal with the sensitive customer data, including their personal information, their inventory records. These services are managed in AWS, Azure, and GCP. So in order to ensure regulatory compliance and risk management, organization must have documented and operational access controls. These access controls or internal controls like change management, backups, data integrity, access management also. So they must have these controls documented and operational. And external third-party auditor should verify that these controls have been designed properly and they have been working effectively, as mentioned earlier, for a specific period of time from 6 to 12 months. This diagram shows enhancement of retail security with cloud adoption. First, we have customer data protection in cloud, how it prevents customer data. Then transaction security. It saves and keeps secures all the transactions related to financial matters. Then inventory accuracy. It makes sure that uninterrupted supply chain management for the organization. Then it avoids costly downtime during the sales time, and compliance port, like it follows the industry standards like PCI DSS and GDPR. We have an example of a data breach that happened in 2013. Target is an online retail system, and it suffered a data breach in 2013. It's the customer's data was almost 40 million credit card data was stolen, and company had to pay almost $200 million in settlements, financial and legal cost. The reason behind this attack was the weak security and lack of proper compliance, which exposed data to the external attackers, and they were able to steal the data of the customers, and it caused damage to the company's reputation and customer trust as well. We have an overview of ISO IC 27032. ISO IC 27032. It is a standard that provides some cybersecurity guidelines and policies that deal with the internet-based services for the organization. It is actually complementary to ISO 27001, which help the organization to make their internet defenses strong. And the focus of this standard is on sharing of information, online protection, and threat intelligence. And it deals with the internet-based threats like phishing, malware, APTs, ransomware, etc. It provides basic guidelines, policies, and frameworks to the organization to deal with the risk management and detect threats and improve their incident response management system in case of any threat happens to the organization. This standard can be applied for the retail to protect their sensitive data in case of any against any cyber threats using the cloud services of AWS and GCP. It creates a cybersecurity ecosystem that bring together all the stakeholders, service providers, regulators, internal teams, and external partners, and so that they can secure their retail data properly. We have AWS security tools for retail data. First of all, AWS Security Hub. AWS Security Hub is a cloud security posture management service that is provided by AWS. It provides the organization a unified or centralized dashboard to track and assess their security posture across various AWS services. It gathers alerts from the other AWS services like Duty Inspector, and it also provides the guidelines to check against the industry standards like PCI DSS, CASI, SOIC 27001, and SSAE Type 2 etc. There are other AWS tools. Among them is AWS IAM. AWS IAM Identity Access Management, which provides roles, policies, and permissions for physical and logical access management. AWS KMS, which deals with key generation and secure key management as well. CloudTrail, which deals with auditing of logs for continuous compliance. AWS Guard Duty, which acts like a guard to identify the threats. AWS Configure, which deals with the continuous monitoring of compliance. Then we have some GCP security tools for retail data. First of all is GCP Security Command Center, SCC. SCC is a Google Cloud's security posture management and security platform that deals with the identification of malware, risk, vulnerabilities, and misconfiguration of the systems. And the controls which are implemented in this particular security tools, they perfectly align with the basic guidelines of the SSAE 16 Type 2 and ISO IEC 27000. And it is used to protect data in cyberspace because it deals with because it provides the basic guidelines for the cyber security purposes. Then other GCP tools includes VPC services control, which deals with the prevention of data, cloud audit logs, which deals with the centralized logging for compliance evidence, Forseti, Cloud Armor, and Chronicle Scene. We have open source security event coordinator, OSSCC. OSSCC is an open source platform that combines the different aspects of HIDS, host-based intrusion detection system, SIEM, security incident management, and SIEM, security incident and event management. It combines the different aspects of these services and creates a simple yet powerful solution, which is used to analyze log files to detect suspicious activities in the system, to detect unauthorized root access, to save file integrity. Then it used to track compliance violations, and it supports the industry standards like PCI DSS and HIPAA. It is simple. It is simple to manage it, and policies are simple and can be operated on different systems as well. And it is send the real-time alerts in case any threats via email, SMS, or syslog. It can be used to respond actively against the threats as well. Then it can be used on different platforms like Linux, Windows, and Mac, etc. It complements again the existing cloud tools by providing them an additional layer of security. Secure architecture design hybrid cloud retail system. This is the hybrid cloud retail system which is built to protect retail data using the cloud services of AWS and GCP. In this particular retail system, both AWS and GCP will have their own particular rules. And, among them, AWS will be responsible for hosting customers facing web applications, processing of orders, and transaction data. GCP will handle marketing and analytics and customer behavior, etc. Then we have some shared tools which will be implemented by both AWS and GCP. Among them OSSEC, which is used to monitor services across the cloud, AWS and GCP. IMF Federation, which gives the permissions, rules for the physical and logical access management across the AWS and GCP. Alert sharing will be done through Security Hub, SSC, which shares the real-time threats as per the so the in this system, basic guidelines will be mapped according to the objectives of SSAE and cybersecurity practices of ISO IC 27032. This diagram shows this particular security framework for protecting retail data in the hybrid cloud system. It will involve log analysis to check any threats or any attacks. Policy management policies will be documented and implemented, and real-time alerts will be gathered in case to check any threats, and there will be a proper threat response mechanism for the organization to respond in case of any threats. It will provide a multi-platform support. It will be available on Linux, Windows, and Mac as well. And the cloud integration, both AWS and GCP will be integrated properly to create a unified security solution. So implemented all of these elements of security, and they will be mapped according to the objectives of SSAE and cybersecurity practices of ISO IC 27032 to create a unified security solution to prevent retail data in AWS and GCP. Mapping standards to practices. This table shows how organization can align their best security practices with the guidelines of SSA 16 Type 2 and ISO 27032. And it also shows some tools and methods to implement these particular uh, security controls. So among them, first one is access control. From SSA 16 Type 2, it shows logical access audit rates, identity protection from ISO 27032, and implementation of this particular this access control will be done through identity and access management, multi-factor authentication, cloud trail, and SCC. The main focus of this particular security control is to create guidelines and policies rules for physical and logical access management for the systems. Data protection, it creates for the data integrity, confidentiality, malware, ransomware defenses, and the implementation will be done through KMS, key management system, encryption of data at rest and data transit. The main focus of this particular security control is to protect sensitive customer data. Then incident response, audit review, anomaly reporting, threat response coordination, or SCC, AWS Security Hub, and SCC. The main purpose of this incident response control is to improve the incident response management system of the organization in case of any threats. Risk management, ongoing control assessments, cybersecurity identification, and configure guard duty and IAM analyzer. This particular security controls is used to continuously improve the security posture of the organization. There were some benefits, challenges, and recommendations for this particular system. Since this system has been designed keeping in view the best guidelines of SSA 16 Type 2 and ISO IC 27032, so it creates a strong security posture for the organization and helps them to adhere with the compliance. So it builds customer trust. It also, since their real-time security can be monitored through automation, which improve the response time, and incident response capabilities of the organization also improves a lot. It provides better visibility across the cloud environment. By that, organization can monitor and access their security posture across the different services. There can be some challenges involved in the system as well. First of all is multi-cloud complexity, because more than one, like AWS and GCP, both are involved in the system. So it can be difficult to manage these both, and it can be difficult to manage these properly. So it can be complex to handle the systems. Then with the passage of with the evolution of technology, threats are increasing day by day. It can be difficult to challenge to face any newly emerging challenges. There are some recommendations. Among them is to using of automated tools to identify risk and trigger alerts, and be prepared in case of any emergency or any threat happens. Then reduce the attack services using hardened configuration. Implement integration of DevSecOps into pipeline CI/CD pipelines, and uh, third-party independent auditors should verify that the companies or organization they are following the compliance requirements of SSAE 16 and ISO IC 27032. As per the conclusion, since these systems have been designed using ISO 27032 and SS16 Type 2, so combining the best practices of both of these standards can enhance the security for the organizations. And AWS and GCP, which provide the tools for implementation of standards, and practices like data encryption, log keeping, and setting alerts, it can make a big difference for the organization and creates a strong security posture for them. Then organization or a retail organization can build secure systems to protect sensitive customer data using the best practices of ISO 27032 and SSA 16 Type 2, and using the cloud environments like AWS and GCP. Thank you.
Okay, you can stop the sharing of the screen, please.
Sure.
Yeah, Bismillah.
10 minutes. 1 minute.
Yeah,
Pani.
Gigi, that's okay. You can have some.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So let's start. This is a level 3 exam. I can't go deeper, right, as much as I want to go, but we will stick to the topic and we will go there. Um, uh, so explain to me, the presentation was pretty good, to the point. Mashallah,
Thanks.
very good, mashallah. What is the main difference between SSA 16 Type 1 and Type 2 reports?
The SSA 16 Type 1, it is used to evaluate for a particular service provider organization that they have properly designed internal controls. So it just checks that these internal controls have been designed properly.
Okay.
SSA 16 Type 2, it is used to evaluate that these these internal controls have been designed properly, and they are in practice over a specific period of time, and they have been working effectively over a specific period of time, like 6 to 12 months. So basically, it checks that they are working properly over a given period over this specific period of time.
Do you know when the topic was given to you, SSA 16 was active? Now it is known as by what name?
No, sir.
The updated standard name is now SSA 18.
Yeah, that I mentioned. It has been replaced by SSA 18, but
Right.
still used. Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah, but like they're all following the same thing. Organizations who are compliant with that, the only difference is like now when they're going for the audit, the report instead of saying 16, it says 18, right?
Yeah, yes, SSA
Everything
18.
remain. It's just like SSA 16, 18. SSA 18 basically modernizes the process, right?
Yeah.
Includes more elements and stuff like that because these are designed by accountants, and accountants are always, slow to respond, right?
Yes, yeah.
Well, type 1 assesses what?
Um, the internal controls like change management.
They no, they assess something very important. How do we? There's the name of Allah, Al Musawwir, the designer,
Design, designs, internal designs,
design of the controls,
controls, design of the
point
control.
in time, right? So that's type 1 report. Type 2 reports assesses what?
These controls are in practice.
The operating effectiveness of
Trade-
controls.
Trading practice.
This is very important, operating effectiveness, because when the auditors come in, they want to make sure what is being
Yeah.
done and how it is being done, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. When you go on the portal and doing Al Razak Labs, as per your RQF level 3, you will be given GRC labs, right? And those labs will have SSAE 18 in them, not 16, but 18, because I've seen them because I created them, right? So you will see them over there for type 1, type 2, and even for type 3 as well. Okay. So what type of threats does ISO 27032 specifically addresses?
So threats like it basically provides the basic guidelines for the organization in cyberspace and for the internet-based systems and threats which are internet-based like ransomware, APT,
Okay.
and malware as well. The threats which are done through internet and it means internet-based threats.
Okay. Uh, which AWS service can help a retail business implement SSAE 18 Type 2 compliance controls? Give me some names of AWS services.
So
2, 3 names.
AWS KMS, AWS IEM,
One more.
and Guard Duty.
Okay. You could
AWS
have
Guard
said
Duty.
you could have said AWS KMS, CloudTrail, Guard Duty,
Yeah.
Security Hub, and all the services because they are designed. All the services of AWS are designed to be compliant with respect to SSA, 18, PCI DSS, all the compliance controls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how does OSAC enhances cloud native security in AWS and GCP?
OSAC, sir. First of all, it is used to analyze logs to detect any malicious activity. The second is it provides real-time alerts regarding the threats, and it checks the compliance against the industry standards like HIPAA and PCI DCS.
Mhm. How does it work? Uh, do you need to install an agent? Is it agentless, agent based? What is it?
So I can tell like
You have to play with it, right? So preparing a presentation is different. That's why
yes.
we have the labs. The labs are where you install agent,
Yeah,
configure agentless base monitoring, open firewalls, configure, all the things.
yes, sir. It's
Get
agent based type.
you need to get the hands-on skill
Yeah,
sets, because this is important for you. Otherwise, when you go for the interview, because they expect you to do the work, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yes, you master the topic, but you need to understand. This is outside the scope. That's why I'm not going there. But in the next 4, 5, 6 weeks time, you will see the physical exams will be over for any new students who are coming in, and everyone must complete Al Razak labs. They're very important.
Yeah.
because it covers every single point of view being asked for the interview. That's why. Okay. All
Yes.
right. Have you seen that Al Razak labs? Have you seen them?
So I'm doing a result labs.
MashaAllah, how many have you done?
I think maybe 25% something.
Part one or part two?
Pardon. Linux labs, then I started
Is
vulnerability side.
like part one is based on job based and course based, right?
Yeah.
Part two is all job based, and part two is where you will get the KYC based labs as well. So for the KYC, I, you know, as per your resume, what I saw, you doing a degree in agricultural now, working in pest control and whatnot, right? So
Yes.
you'll be given basically uh, labs. I can tell you right now what kind of labs would those be. Those are based on control environment agricultural. This includes vertical farming and smart greenhouses that controls climate and lighting, how to perform and configure those systems. Hydroponics and aeroponics, these are techniques for growing plants without soil, significantly reducing water consumption, and how to use artificial intelligence and Linux into these things. IoT and AI, used to collect and analyze data from sensors to improve productivity. These are the labs. I'm telling you the labs, I'm looking at them right now.
Yes.
That's your KYC based labs. Aquaculture. You know
Yes.
why? Because your degree is in agricultural. So we
Yes.
give you, this is something you will get in seventh month, because 6 months you have to do different 22 domains. The 23rd domain, as per your KYC, will give you an edge over other candidates because you have your degree in agricultural. So in
Yes.
some of the, aquaculture, all of the
Yes.
hydroponics, aeroponics, you have studied them, but you don't know how
Yes.
to. But now
Yeah, we
you'll
know.
need to work on them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. In Middle East, the desalination is a big business. In
Yes.
UAE, they are creating water through air.
Yes,
Because
sir. Yeah, I have read a
there
book.
is there is a whole system of how we taught you how to design that system,
Yes, sir.
right? And then drones. Drones are another thing. Now, drones is a complete specialization. For military, that's a different one. For enterprises, it's a different one. Like, for example, logistic companies, delivery drones. For agriculture, it's going to be something different. So you will have some of the drone labs.
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay.
I don't know, like if you have any grass. You can't grow grass because water is very scarce, right, in UAE, right?
Yes, yes. It's
But like there are drones and then there are autonomous robots working in this sector, right? And that's one of the ways of how they can maximize the yield, so on and so forth, right? So there are some very significant labs on the seventh month that you will receive.
sure, sir, sure.
So it also covers a deep understanding of hydroponics and aeroponics principles. We are teaching you that separately. You're not
Mm.
paying anything for that. How to analyze data using advanced tools, experience with IoT systems and sensors, you will develop that, right? You will know the hardware and the software. You can't touch the hardware because we can't give you that. On the
Yes.
physical locations that we are opening in Saudi Arabia and then in UAE, we will have the labs where you can come in and see the sensor. But mostly it's going to be, we will be covering applications development, and its management and stuff like that. And skills in robotic and industrial automation, you will learn those as well because you already have a degree in
Yes,
agri.
sir.
So that will provide you, good things. There are agri-tech, IoT engineer positions that we are giving you the labs, agricultural data scientist,
Mm.
aquaculture technician, vertical farm operator, hydroponic specialist. So there are five roles I see, which is part of your, basically labs, right? Which are all based on your KYC on your resume, because the resume speaks a lot, right? You will have other things as well, but you will have this as an add-on because of your degree, right?
Oh,
And that covers lectures and labs, both. Lectures are very small, but it's mostly labs, labs, and labs. So you have to do those. Okay, let me finalize this. 10, 11, 5 and 5, 10. Yes, okay. In the diagram on the presentation, page 4, which key 5 security assurances areas are highlighted for retail compliance?
Um, for enhancing security, it's first of all log analysis, policy management, and uh, alerts.
No, no,
And
the 5C key security assurance, right? I'm asking about the assurance. So hold on. In your presentation, look at page 4. It's an open book exam. Look at page 4. Tell
just
me
one
the
second.
5 key areas you have mentioned here.
Okay, okay. In the diagram, yes, it's customer data protection, transaction security, inventory accuracy, uptime accuracy, and compliance board.
Explain to me customer data protection. What kind of data are we talking about?
So when we talk about retail data, in retail particularly customer data, which is related to their mostly financial data related like their cards details, financial history, transaction history, and it can be their personal detail as well. So this is the customer data when we that we deal
What
here
about
in
what about transaction? What is that in the transaction side?
transaction when they use like their card to pay about something about a thing they buy. So that data is saved in the server.
Okay, what about inventory accuracy? Why? What kind of inventory are we talking about?
Inventory like for supply chain management, inventory stocks, whatever the services or whatever the goods they have to maintain an accurate record and to ensure that continuously supply of the inventory and there should be no interruption in the supply chain management.
Okay, what about uptime assurance?
Uptime issues, for example, the staff when they are dealing with, I mean, on the system, then they face some issue with the system and they will not be able to process the payment or maybe cannot process the order, cannot receive the order, so
And
cannot prepare the
what is compliance support?
compliance support is like if they are following the industry standards of PCI DSS because they're dealing with the payments of the customers and for to protect this data they have to implement the basic practices of ISO 27 ISO IC 27032 the cybersecurity practices to protect the customer data.
Okay, explain to me how IAM Federation, Identity Access Management Federation between AWS and GCP improves security in a hybrid retail architecture. Why do we need federated a
Yes.
federation? Why?
Not sir. Can you please repeat the question again?
So there are two clouds, GCP.
Yes.
If we use, yeah, IAM separately on GCP, separately on AWS, it's managing two different things. Why
Yeah.
should we consider having a federated identity access management layer? What benefits do we get in the retail security architecture or agricultural architecture or wherever we want to go? Why should we consider a federation?
Using the federation, I mean, it can, first of all, can reduce the operation cost to managing them on both separately. So instead of managing them separately, we can create it's like a common solution between both of these clouds, and it function for the policy.
What else? What
For
else? What else is there?
yes, sir.
What are the single benefit, what are the single most important benefits you get from a federated identity access management solution in a hybrid
Uh,
cloud?
so the cost management can.
Cost management is one of them, but there are security implications, compliance implications, all of those things. What are those?
Um, Security implication that it provides guidelines for I mean whoever can access the systems particularly. So basically accessing the system or using them, these are the basic rules using
Well,
this identity
I'll
access
give you
management.
half a point for that because, what I was looking for is Identity Access Management Federation allows single sign-on, unified access policies, both on both the platforms, reducing the identity sprawl, like
Yeah,
identities are
yeah.
coming up here and there all over the place. and ensure consistent enforcement of access controls and lowering misconfiguration risks, right? That's what I was looking for. Okay, what compliance challenges arises when a retail organization operates across multiple jurisdictions using AWS and GCP? What are we talking about? I mean, what do we get?
So the compliance challenges first of all arise regarding the data security. So if we are securing the data, customers' data, we have to follow the rules and regulations from ISO.
Yeah, we call that thing something which was recently violated when Israel attacked Doha, Qatar. What do you call that?
Um, this is, sir, we will call it as sovereignty.
Yes, sovereignty. Yes, yes, mashallah. Good.
Sovereignty.
Yes, got the full points because that's what I was
Yes.
looking for. So, data residency and sovereignty requirements are the most important thing. That dictates PCI DSS, GDPR, HIPAA,
Mhm.
all of those other things, right? And that increases the complexity and scope, right? So you are looking into all the things. Is UAE worried about what's going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah. They opened the doors by themselves, you know. They were doing, if you make a deal with the devil, you know, he's going to burn you. And that's exactly what's happening, you know.
Yes.
Okay. So for my mapping standards to practice table, you know, that you mentioned on page 10, explain how incident response under SSAE 18 translates to both ISO 27032 and cloud implementation. I'm using SSA 18 word because 16 is gone now, right?
Okay.
It's the same thing. They just updated the standard name, give it a new facelift. It's the same thing, right?
Yes.
But I'm just asking you, like, you know, what would be how incident response under SSA 16 or 18 translates to both ISO 27032 and cloud implementations? Final question.
So SSA 18, it provides the guidelines. Basically, it is based on, it is trust based and audits. Um, then the basic guidelines of this particular um, standard and the best practices of ISO 27032. It provides the basic guidelines or basic framework. They combine together to make a basic framework for the organization, how they can respond in case any threat occurs within the system, or they detect any threats, how they can prepare themselves and how they can respond to that incident accordingly. So it is basically regarding the guidelines or instructions or policies they define for the organization. Following these policies, organization can respond accordingly.
Okay. All right, your exam is over. How was your exam?
So it was quite challenging for me because of my non-tech background. And to be honest, just like an year ago, I had no idea about what is Linux and what is command line control. Because we use a laptop, but it is not for command line or other things. So
But now you know,
within 1 year,
within you
Alhamdulillah,
learned
sir, I
everything, mashallah.
yes.
Does the Al Razak Labs makes things easier for you? Because you don't have to do
To some extent,
installation, you don't have to do
yeah,
any installation or anything like that, right?
yes, to some extent, they are very helpful, but for sometimes they, I mean, because sometimes we try to figure out how to do particular thing in the lab, and we try to get response from a Albari,
Yes.
and he explains sometimes. I mean, it explains, but sometimes we see somebody should do it and show us this is how you do. That's
Well,
the challenge. I
system is
sometimes.
there. System is there to show you. We have already taught you all the things, right?
Yeah, yes.
That's already been taught in the courses. Now you have to do the labs, and no one can show you all the labs being performed until you
Yeah,
do
yes.
it yourself, right? So the labs makes things easier for you. You don't have to do any installation or anything like that. If the dependencies are missing, you have to do
Yes.
installation of those dependencies yourself because there are some basic labs standard, then there have become intermediate labs, then there become advanced labs, expert labs, challenge labs, right? So there are 5 different kinds of labs. We don't
Yeah,
mention
yes.
what lab is which because the ones that you get difficulty, those are the advanced labs, right? But then again, even then, Albari is there to help you out to make sure that you complete, right? If you're stuck somewhere, it will tell you because it is reading your log files and everything in real time, right? Okay, mashallah, good job. In your presentation, you scored 23 out of 25, which is 92%.
Thank you so much, sir.
Inshallah. In your Q&A, you secured 21 out of 25, which is 84%. So altogether, you secured 88%. Now you have completed this thing, mashallah, which is very good. But then again, you have to complete the Al Razak labs. The Al Razak
Sure,
labs are the ones that will prepare you for all the things you have to do, right? As
sure,
part of
sir.
the cloud security diploma, the labs I see right now that have been given to you so far are these ones, right?
Yeah,
Chef, I'm just talking about part two, not talking about part one. Part one is separate. I'm not showing you there, but that's part of
yes,
the.
sir.
You have to complete those labs before we issue you the diploma. But these are the part two labs. If you do these labs properly, right, you will be able to secure like good jobs in Middle East. But if you complete the whole Al Razak, complete all 23 domains, right? Complete the KYC based labs. As I said, those labs are waiting for you, preparing you for the interview and all of those things. That's a separate ball game, right?
Sure, sir. Looking
Inshallah.
forward, inshallah.
Yeah, I mean, just work hard, inshallah. So how long have you been in the Middle East?
Sir, 2 years over almost. And so I just wanted to share one story with you, if you allow.
Yeah, yeah, of
Um,
course. I mean, before
just
we wrap up the exam,
yes, sir, just
mashallah,
1 minute. Take
congratulations.
like
Yeah,
2 minutes.
congratulations. Hold on, hold on. Congratulations
Uh,
for passing the exam. May Allah give you
Thank you
more,
so much.
inshallah. Now you can share. Okay.
Yes.
Course exam is complete.
Actually, last year, first I would like to tell you that some of my friends, they live in Islamabad and they have been they did their DCCS and DevOps diploma from Al-Nafi and they secured the jobs. And one of them, maybe you know Ali Hassan, he's doing masters in cybersecurity from UK.
I've so many
So
students, I've stopped
yeah,
keeping track
yeah,
of them. They're all gone.
yeah.
Some of them have
So
gone to USA, UK, Canada, Germany, France, like Sweden. Someone called me from Finland. Like they're all over the place, right?
yeah, yes.
One person went to Japan. He called me. He said there are more students in Japan as well, but I don't have the time to talk to everyone. But that's good to know, mashallah, that yeah, they're moving out, mashallah. So go
We
ahead.
were from we were from agriculture and had no idea about IT and other things. And when he told me that he was able to secure a job in Islamabad, but that was a Dubai-based company. He was doing a remote job in Islamabad and getting a very good salary in Pakistan, almost 150,000 Pakistani something, 150,000. So I was I mean, curious to know how you are able, because it's not our field. So how are you able to secure the job? He told me about Nafi. So I started following you. And after when I had always a passion for cybersecurity. And so when I joined this course, he told me to go for DevOps. I said, no, I will go cybersecurity. And this is the field where I want to excel. And last year, when I joined this diploma, I talked to Sir Tukir also regarding my journey. I told him that, sir, I have the time until the end of November 2025, 2025. So the contract with my current company will come to an end. And after that, I'm supposed to find another job. My
Mhm.
current company, they are offering me a job because I'm an operation manager in the company and I'm handling almost 100 staff. Filipino, Nepali, Indian, Pakistani as well. So all of them drivers and other staff as well. And now they're offering me a salary hike also. But I told them I am going for cybersecurity. So I'm not interested anymore in this field. So this was actually my motivation behind this one. So I always wanted to meet you and talk to you in personally regarding my future goals as well and my passion for
That's
my future.
like I can talk in your own language. तुमने पाकिस्तान से एग्रीकल्चर में डिग्री की थी, राइट?
जी जी सर।
तो एग्रीकल्चर के अंदर बहुत सारी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की, आईओटी की, इन सब की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हो रही है. फूड स्केर्सिटी एक
जी
बहुत बड़ा इशू है इन द होल
यस
ऑफ
सर।
मिडिल ईस्ट, राइट? सो डीसैलिनेशन प्लांट्स के ऊपर ये लोग पैसे लगा रहे हैं, वर्टिकल गार्डनिंग के ऊपर कर रहे हैं. यू मे हैव सीन मेनी मेनी थिंग्स बिकॉज इनके पास पैसे हैं. दे
यस
नाउ
सर।
हैव अंडरस्टूड कि यार अगर हमने काम नहीं किया तो हम जो है ना फंस जाएंगे और हमें मार पड़ेगी, right?
यस
The fact of the matter is कि now they have understood. So ये चीज़ें सारी जो हैं ये बहुत ज़्यादा मैटर करती हैं, right? अब जो सऊदीया में और यूएई में और कतर, ये तीन कंट्रीज हैं जो ट्रेंड सेट करती हैं। दीज आर द ट्रेंड सेटर्स।
Yes, sir.
द बिगेस्ट, यूएई इज द मोस्ट इनोवेटिव, Qatar is in the middle, right? They are not the innovative, they are rich, but at the same time, they are not as big as UAE, and they are not as smart as UAE, I would say, and they're not as big as Saudi Arabia, but they're in the middle. They're trying their best. So these three rulers, along with Bahrain, Kuwait, and Oman, they are like, they're not, I mean, I think
Yeah.
they will be the ones who will be left behind. So they need to work on in terms of doing uh, investment in all of these technologies, right? The technologies are the ones that are going to define everything. इन्हीं सब टेक्नोलॉजीज में सब चीज़ें आएंगी। कोई भी इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा है, मटेरियल्स इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा है, कुछ भी कर रहा है, वो फायदा, वो बेकार नहीं है। तुमने एग्रीकल्चर की डिग्री की, वो बेकार नहीं है। हैज़ अ
Yes, sir.
लॉट ऑफ रेलेवेंस। तुम ना,
Yes.
स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर में बहुत काम हो रहा है। दिस इज वन ऑफ द प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्रीज इन द वर्ल्ड, एग्रीकल्चर, बिकॉज पूरी दुनिया खाना खाती है।
Yes, sir.
खाना है उसको, राइट? अब वो कहीं पर भी उगेगा ना, आई मीन द रॉ मटेरियल, even
Yes,
for
sir.
the junk food comes from the agricultural part, right? So you need to have that. So Saudi बहुत पैसे लगा रहा है, यूएई बहुत पैसे लगा रहा है।
Yes, yes,
And
both shift कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, तो तुम्हारे पास बहुत अच्छा मौका है। My recommendation to you would be, ठीक है ना, बी स्मार्ट, स्टडी दिस, कंप्लीट दिस, अल रज़ाक कंप्लीट करो, सब कुछ कंप्लीट करो, गेट इनटू द इंडस्ट्री। साइबर सिक्योरिटी एक एरिया है, ठीक है, अच्छा है तुम्हें, यू हैव पैशन अबाउट साइबर सिक्योरिटी एंड एवरीथिंग, साइबर सिक्योरिटी विल ऑलवेज बी देयर, बट इन्फ्यूज योर एग्जिस्टिंग एजुकेशन जो तुमने हासिल की है उसको इन्फ्यूज करो, उसको छोड़ मत देना। क्योंकि तुमने
Yes,
एग्रीकल्चर में डिग्री की है, स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर, ड्रोन एग्रीकल्चर, ऑटोनमस एग्रीकल्चर, देयर आर टन्स ऑफ थिंग्स जिसमें तुम जा सकते हो, जिसमें तुम काम कर सकते हो, right? So don't leave those areas. Invest your time in all of these areas. तो ये तुम्हारे पास वापस आएगा। Secure the job, then don't stop learning. Go into AI ops, then go into agricultural demands and whatnot, right? Then go into and do a master's. यहाँ से
yes,
चले
yes.
जापान, जापान में स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर पे बहुत काम हो रहा है। Pay a
Mm.
lot of money and they are giving you nationality and everything as well। यहाँ वो इंग्लिश इंग्लिश तुम जापानी सीख जाओगे थोड़ी बहुत जाके वहाँ पर, तुम्हें सीखनी पड़ेगी, दैट इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट, ठीक है। हर बात गुस्से में बात करना वो समझ जाएगा बस। तुम एंड यू ऑलरेडी आर पैशनेट अबाउट दैट एज वेल, सो यू मे नो, थोड़ी बहुत जापानी आती है या सिर्फ इंग्लिश में सारे पढ़े?
हाँ,
तुम्हें
बस समझा नहीं।
थोड़ी जापानीज जबान आती है, डू यू नो?
जैसे मुझे जर्मन बेसिक्स आती है क्योंकि मैं जर्मनी में जाना चाहता था और मैंने केवाईसी में भी जर्मनी भाषा किया हुआ है, तो मुझे जर्मन
दैट
आती
इज
है।
द थिंग। मैं तो तुम्हारी केवाईसी की लैब्स देख रहा था, आई डोंट नो कि वो लैब्स तुम्हें वो जब देंगे कैसे मिलेंगी, दैट्स समथिंग सेपरेट, बिकॉज मेरे पास एक्सेस डिफरेंट सिस्टम्स का है, ठीक है।
हम्म।
बट मैं तुम्हें ये बता सकता हूँ कि इवन इफ यू वांट टू गो टू जर्मनी, दैट्स फाइन, ठीक है। वेयर एवर यू वांट टू गो, एग्रीकल्चर इज ऑलवेज देयर एंड विल ऑलवेज बी देयर, राइट? देयर आर
Yes,
न्यू इनोवेशंस कमिंग इन, ठीक है। सो उसके ऊपर टाइम अपना ज़रूर लगाना और बोलना यार मुझे इसकी टेक्नोलॉजी इन्फ्यूजन, इसकी एआई इन्फ्यूजन, उसकी इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी की इन्फ्यूजन इसमें कैसे होगी। वो लैब्स तुम्हें हम ज़्यादा देंगे, दोज लैब्स विल बी मोर, राइट? तो तुम जर्मनी चले जाओ, जर्मनी में बहुत काम हो रहा है। इट्स अ
yes,
मोस्ट डेवलप्ड इंडस्ट्रियल नेशन ऑन द फेस ऑफ द प्लानट, right?
yes,
When it comes to all of these things. So you have the potential there, you have the potential in UAE, you have the potential in Saudi Arabia. Slowly and gradually, highly qualified लोगों के लिए PR स्कीम लेकर आ रहे हैं, right?
yes,
So that is happening. Because I'm going through the PR route in Saudi Arabia right now, right? The premium residency. So I'm telling you right now, वो खोलेंगे. They are already doing that for highly qualified. So if अगर तुमने मास्टर्स कर लिया, अपना काम कर लिया, go back, start working there. It's an excellent place. But secure your passport first for some other country, right?
yes,
How old are you? कितने साल के हो?
25,
25.
yes,
25.
yes.
25 साल.
When I completed my graduation in Pakistan, I didn't
So you
find.
have a lot of time. तुम्हारे पास बहुत अच्छा time है. You are in the prime right now, right?
Yeah.
So 25 years of age में रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने शादी की थी. So go and get married. ठीक है? And secure yourself, inshallah. You have a lot of potential.
Inshallah,
बहुत
sir.
बहुत टाइम है, ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह। May Allah give you more success. May Allah give you more, inshallah. Don't discontinue the labs. Whatever your objectives are, if you want to go in cyber, देखो, you will get cybersecurity anyway.
Mm.
AI ops में you get thousands of cybersecurity labs, right? and interview preparation and everything. In the DCCS, you still get 200-300. That's more than enough if you want to go into the cybersecurity as an analyst, as a SOC analyst, whatever. But my recommendation to you would be, ठीक है ना, you have studied agriculture, डिग्री किया, सब कुछ किया है, पैशन था तभी गए थे या ऐसे ही घुस गए थे बस अब जा रहे हैं हम भी चले आते
सर जस्ट वो डिग्री करनी
ऐसे
थी तो
ही
एग्रीकल्चर कर ली, लेकिन ये था कि थोड़ा साथ में जॉब वगैरह कंटिन्यू करी, फिर स्कॉलरशिप पे एडमिशन मिल गया, फी भी को पे नहीं करनी पड़ती थी, यूनिवर्सिटी भी नहीं जाना
एग्रीकल्चर
पड़ता।
में कभी कोई चीज होगा ही, कोई चीज, कोई दरख्त लगाया, कोई पौधा लगाया, कोई खाल किसी चीज का
जी
इस्तेमाल।
सर, एग्रीकल्चर बैकग्राउंड तो था, तो ये सारी प्रैक्टिसेस तो मालूम है बचपन से ही, काम तो किया हुआ, प्रैक्टिकली भी खुद
जमींदारी
सारा।
है क्या, जमींदारी करते थे, क्या करते थे?
जी जी, मैंने स्टडी करने के बाद में खुद ज़मीन ले ली थी, तो उस पे ये गंदम वगैरह उगा के उसको सेल करते थे।
मेरी
तो वो
जो
लोग
वाइफ है वो यूएस की डॉक्टर है, तो वो जो है ना, उसका क्लास फेलो जो था, ही वेंट बैक टू पाकिस्तान फ्रॉम यूएस एंड ही ओपनड द बिगेस्ट स्मार्ट फार्म इन कराची, आउटसाइड ऑफ कराची, राइट? आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स हिज नेम इज, मुझे नाम याद नहीं आ रहा फार्म का। वो खुद डॉक्टर था, उसने सब छोड़ छाड़ के पाकिस्तान चला गया, सबसे बिगेस्ट फार्म खोला है, ठीक है ना, वो एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, यूएस में भी उसका फार्म है, यहाँ पर भी है, राइट? और वो प्रैक्टिस भी करता है, बट वो उसका पैशन था कि स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर में सब में आए। स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर इज द नेक्स्ट फ्रंटियर. You will be doing the same cybersecurity, but in smart agriculture. You'll be doing the same Linux implementation, but in smart agriculture. And the possibilities are endless. ठीक है ना? And the pay is very high. ठीक है? So my recommendation to you is उसके ऊपर परसू करो, छोड़ना नहीं उसको, ठीक है ना?
नहीं,
You do
इंशाल्लाह।
much more, क्योंकि तुम्हें कैरियर को री इन्वेंट नहीं करना पड़ेगा, तुम उसी के अंदर घुस जाओगे. Go into cybersecurity in the agriculture side. Go into DevOps in the agriculture side. Go into AI implementation in the agricultural side. Because AI is being implemented in every industry on the face of the planet. कोई इंडस्ट्री छोड़ तो नहीं सकते ना, राइट?
Yes,
ठीक है, चलो, जजाकल्ला खैर, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. आस्क योर
thank
पेरेंट्स
you,
दुआ फॉर मी. अल्लाह में
sir. Only mother, so inshallah.
योर मदर इज अलाइव?
Yes, father he still dead.
वालिद नहीं है?
Yes, sir, वो उनकी डेथ हो गई।
ओके, सो वालदा से बोलो खुसूसी दुआ करें इंशाल्लाह, ठीक है? देख रही होंगी, बच्चा बहुत लायक है माशाल्लाह, अल्लाह ताला कामयाब करे और इसके लिए शादी के लिए लड़की देखी जाए, ठीक है? चलें, जज़ाकल्लाह खैर, सुब्हानकल्लाहुम्मा बिहम्दिका, अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता, अस्तगफिरुका व अतूबु इलैक.